Good morning. Do you want to know about women's right?
Sure.
Actually, you say it.
Okay. Well, in the early 1800s, women got involved in religious and reform movements.
Oh, they often met opposition to their rules as reforms. I can't wait for history class today. Oh my god, I'm so late. The Grimke sisters, Sarah and Angelina, were the first to fight for African Americans' right. Done? Oh my god, why is this so hard for me? Okay, reformers demanded many things, but some went as far as demanding prohibition.
Shh. I'm trying to read about women's rights.
Oh my god, me too!
That's amazing. Did you know that the expansion of women's education was part of a widespread effort to improve education in America?
Oh my god, how about we learn together?
Let's do this in song form. Most women who joined reform efforts during the 1800s were members of the middle class that had emerged as a result of the economic change in the United States. Catherine Beecher was among these reformers who supported increased educational opportunities for most women. Beecher expanded her educational writings to include commentary on American families and society. Despite her own activism, Beecher opposed women's participation. The expansion of women's education was part of a widespread effort to improve education in America.
I think we're done.
Okay. This was treatment to restore them to a useful and productive place in society. So, having that, you know that obviously Dorothea Dix was a very, very influential reformer. She was very good at helping people going back into rehabilitation.
Oh my god, this is so interesting. Keep going.
Reformers argued that lawbreakers could be reformed and then returned to the community as productive citizens, placing your faith in a new institution called the penitentiary.
Women decided to fight for themselves because they're as equal as men and they can do even more things than men can do. Everything just got to know more. They start working, they started going to school. So I'm really loving how women's right had the right now because from my opinion, women's are way stronger, way smarter, way everything than men. So yeah.
I believe that women's rights were a very, very important thing in history. Because of the women's rights and because of the reformers and the responsibilities that were given to women at this point in time in the early 1800s, we were proven that we could do just as much as men can. And we proved that just because we're women doesn't mean that we just have to stay at home and take care of the children and have stress like other people, or like the men did. You know, the men went hunting and they went out and they would farm and take care of all the business and they had jobs, but it wasn't until now that they let women start to have the rights that men did. When Dorothea Dix, when she started the educational rights for women, that was a very, very big part of everything, along with Catherine Beecher, who was a reformer, and everybody else that was involved in that, women started to get more jobs, and they started to become a lot more effective, and just as effective as men were in the early 1800s. And I think that because of that, we are where we are now, and there are a lot of women that are empowered just like men are, and there are a lot of things that can be said and can be done to improve that. And I think that that's a very, very important part of history, because without that, we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't have the people that are empowered, the women that are empowered like we have today. And I think that that's a very, very important